Now, hello, everybody. I'm Grant Richards,
I'm Tim Allen.
and we're your two instructors for MCTV 16. This class is entirely online, although Tim and I are in the TV studio a lot. Tim's there a lot on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and some on Fridays. So if you want to meet either of us in person or join in some of our shoots, we hope you do come to the TV studio. But you don't need to. This class is entirely online. All of the assignments are up. And Tim and I just wanted, it's an online class, but we wanted to have a Zoom session so you can get to know us and kind of ask questions about the class. So, Tim,
Yeah, it's a good opportunity to you to not only see our faces, but know that we're reachable. So if you have questions or comments, we'll be commenting on your posts. You're expected to post every week on the reading. We just want you to know that if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach us. Our contact information is on the syllabus. You can message us through Canvas, or you can text messages work. Probably the best way to reach us. Emails reach us work as well. So feel free to reach out if there's any questions or concerns. We really want to use this time to go over the main assignments, talk about class, and field any questions with the people who showed up. But the people at home, just know that if you have questions after watching this Zoom, you're able to message us and we can clarify.
Yeah, I guess we should go through the syllabus a little bit. This is a introductory class to television and new media. And one of the things that Tim and I talk about a lot is that a lot of the industry is kind of merging together in some ways. It used to be film was on this area and TV was way over there, but now we watch a lot of our movies for the first time on TV. And I even say that term sounds odd. We stream our content and we watch sometime on TVs, but sometimes on our phones or laptops. So the industry's really changing, and we're going to talk about those changes. A lot of what the class will be is kind of the history of. So it'll be how things started off on television and how it's evolved over time.
Yeah, we're going to be talking tent here, as in content.
Yeah.
And all of us, we may be, quote unquote, what we watch as TV or entertainment is really content, because we could be watching, I'll watch one of my favorite TV shows, and then I'll watch a podcast on YouTube about people talking about that TV show, or maybe I'm watching a streamer on Twitch play a video game that I don't have time to play, but I want to get a taste of the new game. Or I'm watching, TikToks, or I'm not really a TikToker, to be honest. But there is a lot of social media content. We're watching content anywhere, and it's influencing everything. It's how movies are being created and related. And we're actually at a really interesting focal point of the streaming method of content, because we've kind of reached an apex of everyone's streaming everywhere, and now streaming services are kind of combining and reevaluating, because the profit margin for the first time is going down. So Netflix isn't spending quite as much money. We're seeing that the writer's strike is affecting everything. The writers and acting strikes will affect everything. So it's a super interesting time to be paying attention to television. And what's great about this class is you're going to get all of the history and the background of where we were and where we went to be. One of my favorite shows is the show Survivor. And what's interesting is Survivor's finale, the first year that it aired was 1999. And its finale got 40 million viewers, which nowadays, the finale of Succession, a very popular HBO prestige cable show, only had 2 million viewers for its finale and was considered a hit. So huge change in analytics, and it's just because there's way more content. There's way more things taking our attention away from other areas.
Yeah, like people walking behind the instructor back and forth.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so let's see, the grading. You have 2 video projects, a presentation, and then we have the final exam, and then the class discussions. Every week, Tim and I will upload content. So I put a lot of information about the comedies, first 3-camera comedies, and then single camera comedies. And then Tim put up a bunch of information about animation. And so there's a lot of about that. Then we switch to dramas. We have episodic and then serialized dramas, reality TV. Tim is kind of an expert in reality TV, so he does a section on that. We have things on documentaries and news and how the news industry's evolved over time. But that's all the regular content, and we're going to ask you to watch things. We've included clips from YouTube of all these things, and then when you watch, you'll comment on them, and there'll be basically the class discussion there, and that's 15% of your grade. But I said that there are 2
yeah, you're expected.
Yeah, go ahead. No, good.
You're expected to discuss everything that we put in there. So that means you need to write a what you thought about. So a good discussion point would be typing in 1 or 2 things. Grant and I usually put prompts and questions so you can answer our questions there. And then you need to go and comment on other people's work. So that might mean I'm going to log in and post my post, and maybe I'm the first person, I'm an eager beaver or early poster. That means come back later and read some other people's responses and comment, say, oh, very good point, and blah blah blah. You would comment on that, and that's going to be how we judge your responses, right, Grant? They need to write their comment and then respond to 2 other classmates.
Yes.
So pretty simple to do. And I really recommend to those procrastinators in here, we see this a lot every semester. If you wait for the last minute, it's just going to make it harder, especially makes it harder on those people who are early commenters. So make sure where we see people lose the most amount of points in this class are not responding to fellow students' takes. And that's an easy way to lose 4 points every week. So
so that's something that happens every week, starting this week all the way through. The first video assignment is based on all the things that you see posted in week 1. Tim and I want you to make a public service announcement, a PSA. Now, we included, I think there's something like 17, 18, 19 PSAs that serve as examples. And we've started from the oldies with the Native American crying because there's garbage on the side of the road, one that was popular when I was a little bitty kid, and to the, this is your brain on drugs, which was another one when I was in high school, all the way up to PSAs that are, still on the internet and in sites. But it's a public service announcement. So you are going to create a very short video, 15 seconds to maybe 2 minutes, of something that you think is important. Don't pollute, don't drink and drive, be kind to others, or don't procrastinate, or I don't know. You get to choose your subject. You'll see a bunch of opportunity or a bunch of examples but then you have few weeks to create your own video and then upload it so that Tim and I and all your classmates can watch it. One of the
Yeah,
things,
absolutely. And these PSAs are, sorry, a little bit of a delay, I think, on our internet. The PSAs really are what I like to say call to actions. They're either telling you not to do something or telling you to do something. So you could, when you watch our PSAs, you can even see there's some ones that are use humor to help uh, inspire people to do things. So I always say in our semester, you can definitely do a PSA that's like, don't smoke, but you could also make a PSA that says, you should smoke, and this is why. So it's just a call to action, no matter what you choose. And you can basically, on the PSA you make, you can choose anything. You can tell us why you shouldn't run with scissors, or why you should, buy an Xbox. Those are all possible PSAs. You just have to use the methods that we teach you in that semester, or that section of this semester.
Yeah. The thing, though, I'm willing to bet that most of you will use your smartphones to film. Let us give us one tip. A lot of you are going to want to shoot in portrait because you use portrait for Instagram and other things. But if you do this, you lose points. We want you to turn your phone sideways and shoot in landscape mode so there are not big black bars on either side. So we encourage you to use your phone, but make sure you're shooting landscape.
Yeah, landscape mode is the preferred method for us. We're going to project, possibly if your PSAs are so great, we might include in the student showcase that we have at the end of every year. And we project all of our films in landscape mode, so full frame. So yes, we expect all our assignments to be in landscape mode, not portrait mode. So that means no TikToks. You can't turn in TikToks for us, even though we accept, or we understand that TikToks are a popular method. No portrait mode, landscape mode. Okay.
And the PSA is due on September 27th. So you have about a month to complete it. When you do upload it, that will be that week's discussion. We're all gonna watch each other's PSAs and then comment on them. So there's kind of a hard deadline. But again, 15 seconds to 2 minutes. It's not very difficult, but we want to get you going. There is a second video project. It's due on December 15th, the very last day of the semester. Although we'd be happy to get them early and give you feedback if you want it. But that is way more open. We're going to talk about a project that you can do called the Film Without Words. And we'll give you a lot of examples. But really, we don't have restrictions for the final project. We want you to be able to do whatever most interests you. And we'll talk about the final project more often or more later. But those are the two video projects. You also have one presentation.
Yep.
So Tim and I are going to talk about the variety of comedies. As I mentioned, 3-camera comedies, single camera comedies, and animation. And then there are the two dramas categories, episodic and serialized. And we want you to choose a show from one of these dramas or comedies and do a presentation that you will post for the class so that all can see. Now, there's two types. There's comedies and dramas, but you only have to do one presentation. There's a sign-up sheet, and let me check to see where it is. The sign-up sheet is at at the top of week 4. So that is where you can click on that and then choose your show. Only one student or one group, if you decide to team up with a presentation, only one student or group can do a show. So once the person signs up, now once you sign up, you have the right to do that show and no one else can. So you want to choose soon if you have a favorite show, and that's what I would recommend, is choose a show that you love and know a lot about, so you don't have to do a lot of research. But and we want the presentations to be flexible. Some students will do slideshow and present that way. Others will film themselves and have a video presenting their show. But there's a lot of flexibility, a lot of freedom in the assignment. We do want you to cover things like the characters, major plot and setting issues or ideas, maybe where you can see it, what network, things like that, things that someone who hasn't seen the show would be interested in.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a big part of the assignment. Is imagine Grant and I haven't seen these shows, and you want to pitch us basically why we should watch the show. And that would include, what's the premise? Hey, these are the characters. Why would we like them? And a lot of the times our students will include clips that like show the best moments or a funny scene. Like, for example, the show Friends, which we have seen a lot of presentations on Friends. But the TV show Friends, it tells us, okay, this is the premise of the show. This is Ross. This is Rachel. This is Phoebe. This is Chandler, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then, oh, and here's a couple of really funny clips. And that can be done through a slide presentation. That can be done through, we've had students do video presentations. We've had, basically, those are the two ways that we end up seeing. But and like Grant said, is sign up early so you can get the show. So like if you are a big #1 Friends fan in the world, if you sign up first, you get it. If someone else takes it, will make you choose something else. And just know that like based on the schedule, if you sign up for what is it, Grant? Is it let me click and look at the syllabus. Which ones do first, right?
Essays first. Oh, the comedy presentation is due first.
Yeah. So if you sign up for comedy, that means it is due October 1st. If you sign up for a drama, October 29th is when you can present. So if you're a procrastinator and you want to do your presentation as later as possible, you can sign up for a drama. And then you don't have to do that till the 29th. Or if you're rip off the band
17th. I think the drama is due on the 17th.
Oh, okay. Yep. Sorry, the 17th.
So you have two more weeks.
Two extra weeks. Not that big a deal, but if you want to be the rip off the Band-Aid type of person. Also, it's going to depend whether or not the show that you know best or you want to present, if it's available. And, a drama would be something serialized that it can have funny elements, but something like Supernatural or that has comedic elements, but is more a dramatic story. Whereas, comedies tend to be half an hours and Rick and Morty or, like, something like Only Murders in the Building is a funny show, but I would put it more in a drama. There's some that are like in between, and you can clarify with us what we think it should be.
Yeah. So that's the presentation. And then I think it's just the final exam. And Tim and I will have another Zoom session to prepare you for, both the final exam and also the final film project. We might have more Zoom sessions if students want them, but we'll at least have one more near the end of the semester to prepare you for those two things. But I know that Tim and I
we really recommend you. Sorry, Grant, this delay is a little annoying. Um, we really recommend that you tune in to the last Zoom one, because we do go over a lot of the questions that are going to be in the final. You would know it if you don't tune in. You would know it from everything you read, but if you do tune in, it's a really comprehensive, good study guide. A great one to check out. Must
Yeah.
see TV or content.
So do you have any questions for us? The three of you who are here, do you have any questions about grading or the assignments or anything at all? And if you don't want to come on and tell us, you can put it in the chat. So we're so clear that you have no questions. That's good.
That's
Okay.
nice.
Well, what about the PSAs? Do you have you seen any of the examples of PSAs that Tim and I have included so far? I don't know. I don't think we're going to get any feedback, Tim. Well,
No feedback. Well, I think it was perfect, Grant. I think that we did a great job and we're excellent online teachers. But oh, here we go. Got a question from Christopher. Can you talk about the first 5 minutes of Zoom? Oh, you were late. Well, what's great is our Zoom is recorded. And if you ever miss our Zooms, you can check it out. But we basically just introduced the beginning of the class and told our names, and I'm Tim, he's Grant, and yeah, you didn't miss much. Basically, I think we talked about it's a completely online class, and this will maybe be the first and last time you see us, but we recommend checking out the other Zooms if you want to come and meet us in person. We're on campus. I'm on campus Tuesdays and Thursday afternoons.
And we're in the TV studio.
Yeah, TV studio.
Quite a bit. Yeah, which is kind of behind the library. So
how do you sign up for the drama comedy presentation? If you go to week 4, go to home and then scroll down to week 4, which is live. Yes. Animation week. There's at the top of that week's module, you'll see presentation sign up. And then you can click and sign up there.
You have a favorite show that you want to claim?
Yeah, Nadia's jumping in, getting fat. You three are the three that are going to get it before anybody else to know about it, unless people are going through and reading.
So if there's some show like Breaking Bad or...
Oh, come on. You got to do new shows, Grant. Breaking Bad's old now. This is over 10 years old at this point.
Whatever.
These young people.
Whatever show.
You're watching Wizards of Waverly Place or oh, The Sopranos.
See, Christopher's old school. There you go. HBO classic.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to do that one, claim it, and then it's all yours. I didn't mention
that was a drama for sure.
Yeah. I didn't say much about this, but you can team up with on your projects. If you have a very close friend who you want to work with on your presentation, you can do that. Just make sure you divvy up the work equally. Or if you have a video project, like the PSA or the final film project, if you want to team up with someone, you certainly can. Supernatural's great. It's a great show and one that you can certainly do.
Yeah, Mia, that would be a drama, even though it's funny. Definitely more a drama, because dramas tend to be in those 45-minute range, which is like an hour of programming. So I would sign up for the drama. Supernatural is a good one. Lots of seasons, right? There's like 12 seasons of Supernatural, something crazy like that.
Is American Horror Story still going, or did it finally?
New season's about to come out. I think all the advertisements have been Emma Roberts, who is Julia Roberts' child, and and Kim Kardashian is going to be on the new season. But
Uh,
I haven't really watched. I really haven't watched for the since season 3.
yeah,
Chernobyl is an awesome show. Yeah,
yeah.
drama. Yeah,
HBO, I love that show. Great. All those are great. So any one of those would be
like the
fantastic.
length. How
What were you saying, Tim?
I was saying what you were saying.
Yeah. All of the shows you've mentioned so far are dramas, but you can also do comedies and whatever interests you. That we try to keep it very flexible so that you can choose the shows that most interest you. Are there any other questions? If not, I think I'll stop the recording.